and then elected the mayor of the city. So he's done a great job. I appreciate him. I enjoyed working with him. He's now apparently my boss at the county, so I only put that on occasionally, but he does a great job. When you look at the airport, when you look at all of the things that he touches, he is a very passionate guy about what he's working with. I've met with him and talked to him. He's got great ideas. He gets them done. So it is a great pleasure to introduce him tonight, to support him. I thank you so very much for you opening your heart and your checkbook, and he will do a good job for us. So, Curt, why don't you come on?
Phil should have said I had hair before I met him, and that's why I lost my hair over the time. Come on, Terry, thank you. This is overwhelming. For those, I got to meet a lot of great people here tonight. Thank you so much for coming out. Some from as far away as the San Fernando Valley and other locations, Los Angeles, all the rest. It really shows that you're supporting your community. It's not just San Bernardino, but you do this in other locations, and it's important. It's important that you get involved because these type of things make the outcome better for all the residents, for all the cities and all the counties that you work in. And I'll say, I've been around for a long time now. For those who don't know me, I was Park and Recs Commissioner in the city of Chino Hills for 5 years. I ran for city council, won that, became the mayor of Chino Hills. And then I went to the state assembly where I served 3 terms that I turned out as the Republican floor leader. And now 8 years in the county of San Bernardino, which is, for those of LA businesses, please think about selling them, moving to San Bernardino County. We're much more business friendly, and we'll want to make sure that you succeed because we believe in you doing well to hire our residents, and we want you to foster. And that's not the same in other counties. If you have a business in LA County, just look at how they handled COVID. COVID, they came down with a lot of rules that were heavier than the state. I know they gave out fines. They sued churches. They sued businesses for staying open. They gave out all these different things during the time. We want you to have show your passport to go in the restaurant before you go in. We didn't do any of that in San Bernardino County. We have a business friendly. We took the stance in San Bernardino County that we want to educate our population. We gave out lots of different information. As we got it, we shared it for our residents, we shared it for our business. We actually took our CARES money and we wrote checks to our small businesses, and not a lot, $2,500 checks to keep you open and to make sure that they could still continue to hire the employees. And we're much better off because of that. After COVID, our unemployment's less than it was prior to COVID. We're fully recovered. We didn't shut down one business. You know how many citations we gave to businesses during COVID? 0. We didn't take one business to court. We didn't sue one church or anything like that. And the entire time, our COVID levels were less than LA County. So all that very hard pushing from LA County, who wanted to control everything, didn't have any results from that. We're about having results in San Bernardino County. We know that our lifeblood is the small business owners that struggle, that work. I will say that my past, before I became a quote politician, was in small business. I had my own companies for many years, and I know what the struggle it is to keep your business going, especially with all the new rules and regulations coming from the state of California. And so just know that you have a friendly environment in our county. Our board gets along. And God willing, Jesse's going to join me here at the end of the year. He is the best candidate for the District 2 coming up, and we're good colleagues. And the nice thing about San Bernardino County is we all get along. The 5 supervisors get along with our sheriff, our district attorney, our auditor controller, tax collector. We all the county electeds get along. We don't always agree on the policy, but we're civil together. We're friends first, and then we decide what's best for our residents. And I can say the proof is how we've done things over the last, my term of 8 years. So no one's going to really understand this, but there's an association of counties called NACO, National Association of Counties. That's every county in the United States. Every year gets rated and gets awards for how good they are, I guess is the best way to put it. For the last 8 years, San Bernardino County has set a new record, and this year we're #1 in the United States for the number of NACO awards that we received. So for the last 8 years, we've been very, I guess progressive is the last word, in what's the innovation awards, how to do government better. And how we do government better is working with our local businesses, working with our residents, not having a political agenda that you get from Sacramento and all the rest of it, to bring back down here and just try to govern. Hopefully you'll never have to see the county, unless you're applying for a new business license or something like that. We're here behind the scenes, we're here to keep your power going, your streets going, your freeways building, and to make sure that we support public safety, to make sure you have a safe environment, those type of things that we do behind the scenes every day in, day out. So we want to continue that in San Bernardino County. I'm very proud of the county. I'm very passionate about the county because we're #1 in the country right now. We're the fastest growth area in the United States. We're #1 in the NACO awards. We have one of the lowest unemployments in the state, and we have lots of room to expand. And so we're excited about the future of the county. I was talk a little bit about my district. I have the west end of the county, so it's Chino Hills, Ontario, Montclair, and Upland. And I have great cities. Most of my district is in with an incorporated city. So we do have unincorporated pockets between Chino and Montclair. But for the most part, I get to support my cities, our great cities. And so what we're working on in my district are things like Phil brought up. I was able, it's a funny story. So behind the scenes, City of Ontario has been suing LA City for 8 years, spending millions of dollars in lawsuits over LAWA, Los Angeles World Airports, who own Ontario Airport for the last 40 or 50 years, saying you guys are not keeping up our airport, you're holding us back, suing them. So the day I got elected, I get a call from my old speaker, John Perez, who's a speaker in the state assembly, and he's retired as well. And says, hey, Eric wants to talk to you, Eric Garcetti, about Ontario Airport. They don't like the city of Ontario, but they'll deal with the county. You go talk to them. It's like, yeah, I'll go talk to him. I drove up that afternoon, waited in the hall until I saw the mayor, Eric Garcetti, and said, hey, I hear you want to talk about Ontario Airport. I'm here. And so that afternoon, he sent me with his #1, I guess, chief of staff, this attorney guy. So let's talk a deal. That afternoon, we made a deal for Ontario Airport. But of course, it took the attorneys about a year to get all that worked out, but now we got Ontario Airport back. And it's one of the economic drivers for San Bernardino County and the Inland Empire. If you haven't flown out of Ontario, we're getting new flights all the time. It's a little commercial, but we got new flights to Hawaii. We're going to be flying to England and Sweden this summer. And hopefully, God permit, without the COVID restrictions, we'll start opening other international flights here pretty soon. That's what holds us back. But we're the fastest growth airport in the United States prior to COVID, and we're the fastest recovery airport after COVID. And so we're doing very well. And that just took a little bit of those connections to make. Phil mentioned Top Golf. Well, that's on our Guasti Park in Ontario. We have lots of plans for that area out there. We're going to put probably one of 7 in the world. We're working on a deal right now to put a surf park. So anybody want to go surfing, we're going to have a place for you to go surf. There's going to be 2 lagoons that you put 80 surfers on each time and dial the size of the wave. I'm not going to be there, but it's going to attract people around the world to come out and visit us, and it'll be here for, more importantly, the 2028 Olympics. So we'll have that venue here when that comes. South in Chino, I have Prado Park. Prado Park is 1,800 acres of definitely underutilized space right now, and we're going to put a lot of money in that to make that one of the premier regional parks, including 2 Olympic venues in 2028. We're going to have the shooting and archery there as well. They haven't announced that yet, so don't tell anybody, but we'll have the 2028 Olympics there. And what we are looking at, what I'm most proud about the county, is government's not the most efficient business out there. Most of you are business owners. You know, if you don't change the way you do things every couple of years, you won't be in business very long. government's monopoly. No one's going to take us over and do a bad job. So what unfortunately has happened over the years is we promote people who have never made a mistake up to be a director position, and they've been told what to do for the previous 20 years. And they get in that position, they say, this is what I've done for 20 years, I'm going to do it for the next 10 years while I'm the manager of this department. So what we're changing in the county is that mindset. We're changing our future leadership of the county to be entrepreneurs, for lack of a better word. I'm the largest employer in the county of San Bernardino. We have 27,000 employees, a budget over $10 billion a year. So why wouldn't we try to reinvent the way we do things to be better at it all the time? So we made strategic partnerships with San Luis Obispo, Amazon Think, Cal State San Bernardino. We're bringing entrepreneurs and super speakers, or thinkers, into our departments to train our mid-management to become better at the way to do things. That's why we keep winning all the awards. We won 82 NACO awards this year, National Association of Counties. Compare that to 7 in Riverside County. So it shows you how well we're doing in the county. And it's exciting to be able to continue to do this at this level. Talk a little bit about my election. I'll let you finish your dinner. I'm running against 2 other opponents. One is Connie Leyva. She's a state senator. I have a unique district. I told you before I was a Republican floor leader, so I'm a Republican, although on a local level you're not supposed to be Republicans or Democrats. She's trying to run a Democrat versus Republican race because my district is plus 19 Democrat. When I started 8 years ago, it was plus 12. So it's been growing more Democrat registration over the last 8 years. So she figures she can walk in and just take it because she's a Democrat. She does not reflect my district. She is much more of a San Francisco Democrat, very progressive on many different issues. And so we've done a great job beating her. My second opponent is Larry Wu. Larry Wu never ran for office before. He filled out a survey for a group called the Red Redder Group that Jesse's also dealing with at this point. That sole purpose is to mess with San Bernardino County. It's an independent business guy who basically spent $400,000 on this election so far to get back at the county of San Bernardino because he thinks the government's got too big and those type of things. I won't get into his history, but he's had a history of San Bernardino County. So we have this one special group that sponsored a couple of candidates. So in my race so far, God willing, with your support here tonight, what happens on the county level is if you win the primary election with 50% of the vote plus 1 vote, so just over the majority, you don't have to go again in November. So that's my goal. Even though I'm 20 points behind in registration, currently the polls are showing us at 51.5% right now. That means combined total of both my opponents together, I'm beating them by 2 points. And we have 7 days left in the election. So your support tonight really is going to go a long way because we're going to put that right back into the mail and other things we do to get the vote out for our election in 7 days. And God willing, if everything goes well, you don't have to worry about me in November. Then we can focus on Jesse to make sure he's here with me in the November election. Because he's also the same type of person I am. Very pragmatic, nonpartisan, just want to get good things done for the county of San Bernardino. So I want to say I'm very overwhelmed by the support I've been given for this election cycle. It's the most I ever had in any election cycle. I've been elected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times now. Knock on wood, I've never lost. But it's never been the outreach of what I've been receiving this election cycle. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for coming from far distance. Come on, Harry, I can't thank you enough. You're my brothers, and I'll do anything I can to support all of you. And you know how to get a hold of me through them if you need to. If San Bernardino County can support you in any way, please let us know. Because what we want to do is support our small businesses, support the large businesses, and we're the place that make it happen right now. San Bernardino County is the place to invest in and to grow. In the next 20 years, we're supposed to grow our population 25%. It's a huge growth, one of the fastest growth areas in the United States right now. So there's a lot of opportunities, so just keep that in the back of your mind. As you sell a store in LA, come to San Bernardino, and we'll be happy to help you site it here and keep it going. But thank you both for hosting this. Thank you all for being here tonight. It's an honor to be here with you, and thank you for what you do, not just in my county, but in the other counties. Thank you for taking that risk to live the American dream, to start a business, to hire people, to keep those things going. It's really overwhelming what you do. So thank you.
Thank you everyone again for coming tonight. We really appreciate it. And food is here till 9 p.m. Bar is open, so let's get the party started after this.